2016-07. To set local license fees for wine sales. We discussed at the workshop. Tonight's deferred and final vote on it, so Reed, you want to elaborate on it a little bit?
Yeah, two aspects of this ordinance. So we're amending our alcohol and control ordinance. It has two aspects to it. Generally, one would be establishment of the fees that you guys charge to issue the certification that the property owners are in good standing and have zoning compliance. The second aspect of it is the new part of it. We didn't go into too much detail last time. That's the creation of what they call the inspection fee. Inspection fee is where it allows the city to collect, wholesale will collect an 8% fee for the city for the sale itself. I had originally thought that the state did that, but we actually do it in ordinance, so it's a little bit different from what we passed. That's just the addition of that 8% fee that we're allowed to do. That's the maximum amount of what we can charge, 0 to 8%. I added that part, and that's it.
Well, you know, this thing was on the ballot, Reed, this last election. It was voted in.
Correct. So we have to do these two things. We have to establish the fees and the inspection fee. So that's what this ordinance does.
Okay.
Gets us in compliance to allow themselves.
All right. Do you got a comment on it, or Mr. Archer? You got a comment on it? You got a comment on the ordinance? No. Right.
No.
Joe?
No, I looked it over.
It's in order.
Okay. Any comment from the public? Okay, no, being none, this public hearing is adjourned. All right, we're going to go ahead into our regular council meeting. Stan, call the roll, please.
Mr. Archer. Present. Mr. Bollinger.
Here.
Ms. Thompson.
Here.
Mr. Wilson.
Here.
Mayor Stanfield.
Here. Terry, would you do the honor of deferring the pledge? Please stand. And everybody, in the last month, we've lost a lot of people here in the city, our friends. If you don't care, Terry, keep their family in heart and in mind and body, okay? Now,
We'll go to the Lord, Father. Lord Father, we thank you, Lord Father, as we come to you. Thank you for all your blessings. Do remember the city, your God, and all of our citizens and our officials that can be led by the Spirit of God and all of our cities that make for the city. Bless all of our staff and employees. Those that have a death in the family, we pray that you comfort them as they're grieving at this time. We pray, Lord Father, that you lift them up and encourage them. Do remember our country and our people in the military and our veterans. Do remember the lost, that they be saved, they have a saving grace and come to Christ. We pray for that conviction of the Spirit of God and of the soul that they come to Christ. Father, we pray for those less fortunate. I pray you supply their need. Do remember those in the nursing home and the hospitals, and those that have cancer and all these different diseases. We pray that you touch them according to your will. God, we pray, Lord Father, we just thank you for all your blessings. I pray that you bless this meeting. And do remember, Lord Father, all our little kids going back to school. Keep them safe. In Jesus' name we ask and pray. Amen.
pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Here on number 4, approval of the minutes for your December 2016 meeting. What's the council's pleasure?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion, Mr. Bullard. Have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Archer. Number 5, Hot Rod. Okay. Hot Rod's the real Sam. Number 5, reports from your boards, your committees, and your department heads. What's your council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Have a motion, Ms. Thompson. Have a second.
Second.
Yes. Mr. Archer.
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay. Stan, go ahead. This is on that number 4, too, Stan.
Mr. Archer.
All
Mr. Bollinger.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
right. Item number 6, any comments from the citizens? No, there being none. Number 7, any announcements? I have one. Let's Let's see, Jim, will you pass this down? Rod, this is your certificate, your election certificate. We had you framed for you guys. There's the bills. And I tell you, like I told everybody else, the certificates are free, the frames are $6.95. Yeah, you heard that, Barbara. Okay, under ordinances and resolutions. Number 1, resolutions 2016-29, amendments to the original budget, 2016-2017 budget. What's council's pleasure?
Make a motion.
Have a motion, Mr. Wilson, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Mr. Moore, call the roll, second.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, resolution 2016-30, amendments to the original budget, 2016-2017 budget. What's council's pleasure?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion by Ms. Thompson, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Mr. Wilson, call the roll.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, ordinance 2016-07, ordinance to set local license fees for wine sales. This is the third and final reading. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion by Mr. Bowman, to have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Ms. Thompson, call the roll, please.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Yes.
Motion carries. Under administration, approved to send out request for qualification for Dawson Plain Bridge design phase. Jimmy, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, Mayor, I think we're through the NEPA phase, and I think in the meeting, the council asked to be able to approve this, so if we can send out request for qualification, once we have it back, we'll bring you back all of the people who return the request for qualifications, and then you can pick from the group.
Okay. All right. Do they have a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a motion, Mr. Wilson, have a second.
I second.
Second, Ms. Thompson, call the roll.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, market city vehicles. We discussed that in the workshop. You know, all of our vehicles should be, city logos on them, but I see no reason to put one on the city administrator's vehicle or the mayor's car. You know. So,
I feel like they all need to be marked.
well,
If you're gonna do one, you need to do them all.
well, the city administrators will never be marked, or their own car like I ain't worth being marked. Unless I get to know it or something, you know.
Well, what vehicles are there that are not marked?
You have some in the street department that's not marked in the direct center.
I feel like the,
And you got-
and the city administrator needs to be marked.
Well, you got a bunch of unmarked police cars. You know, you can't mark those cars,
Well, but I'm talking about the city administrator and the mayor's car needs to be marked.
okay?
I'm for the vehicles being marked, and of course, I'm not for marking the city administrator or the mayor's car.
Why would you
Wow.
not?
It's, my older brother served in city management for 17 years for the city of Athens. Never had a marked car. Went and married to Fredericksburg, Virginia, and finished his career there in city management. Never had a marked car. You go to these conferences and stuff, once in a great while you'll see a city car marked there. It's not very often.
I agree with you, Joe, on those. When I made that motion, I excluded some of the unmarked police cars, but the administration, I agree with you.
I think they have government tags on them.
They do.
Yeah.
Mr. Archer, your comment?
I guess over the years, we had a little triangle emblem that went on vehicles marked.
Okay, yes. That's 100 years ago.
Well, that's about how long I've been around.
I mean, you look at Johnny's truck, they got nice emblems on them, you know.
I don't see one on yours, and I don't see one on his, necessarily. Somewhere down, we might have to, chief police stuff, we get.
No, none of the unmarked police cars will be marked, no. You know who come up that
We have
emblem?
some unmarked police cars.
We do. You know who come up that emblem, don't you, Bill? That emblem at Christmas tree and that logo with the font. Max Robinson done that, remember? That's been about 100 years ago. Okay, any more comments? All right, what's council's pleasure? Have a motion to do or not?
I'll make a motion to approve all the vehicles to be marked, except the mayor and the city administrator.
Have a motion by Mr. Lewis, the police cars.
And all within the police
I
department.
have a motion, Mr. Lewis, have a second.
Second.
Second, call roll, Sam.
Mr. Archer,
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson. Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, approve ID badges for employees. We discussed that in the workshop. I think the chief's office can make those badges for them, so. What's council's pleasure?
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Mr. Bullard, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Mr. McCall, Sam.
Mr. Archer,
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson. Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 4, approval of payment to senior citizens support United parking lot, city portion, $9,800. And want to see the copy of their finances. Jimmy, you have that?
Yes, Mayor, I gave it to Ms. Thompson earlier. You have your copy,
I
please?
do.
Okay.
Is this money coming out of fund balance?
That's up to you all. I'm sure that's where it have to come from, but that's up to you all.
Okay, Jimmy, this is all they got in their balance right now, right?
Yes.
You
Have
said
they
the
showed any interest at all in paying any portion of this?
county's gonna pay half of it, you won't pay that, right?
$9,000 is half of it.
Yes.
I think Commissioner Kitts this year.
Yeah, Dwayne? You want, Dwayne, you want to come up and say something, Dwayne?
Yes.
Commissioner Kitts actually approached me about this, about 3 weeks ago, and we had previously visited this, and it had got put off until after the election, and he had approached me about it, again, and I think the county has already voted to.
Right, we've already got it approved in the county, our portion, pay half of it, and just asking the city to pay the other half and to help out our senior citizens.
Well,
And, we know it's needed up there, and we know that they're limited on parking, and we just ask the city to pay half, and the county's already approved their portion. And that does include striping also.
right, okay. You know, if we can't help our senior citizens and our young people, there's something wrong with this board up here, we're allocated, you know?
Right.
What are you gonna do to help me?
We're gonna put you a handicap parking spot right here.
Give me some cane.
You're gonna put your handicap spot next to the door. God.
Commissioner, didn't you say that there was a capital expense they had to pay out of the money they have right now?
Yes, the balance that you've got from the senior citizens that I've got earlier today, they've actually got to replace a unit. I don't know if it's an air conditioning unit or a heat unit. It's going to be about $3,500.
Probably both heat and air,
Right,
combined.
yeah. And they're going to have to replace it, and they've got to do some other issues there, the senior citizens.
And I like to ask council, if it's never been up, or you ought to just take a day and go over and watch the people, they had the best time. They got it going on.
Yeah, I agree, they did a good job.
All right, thank you, Winter.
Okay, all right, thanks.
All right, what's council's pleasure?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Have a motion from Mr. Wilson, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Archer, call the roll, Stan.
Mr. Archer,
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger,
Yes.
Ms. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Motion carries. Thank you.
We have stated where this money's gonna come from out of our budget.
It'll come out of fund balance right there.
It will, but I'll have to put it on the next resolution
Okay.
because it was on the resolution before and then you
Took
postponed
it out,
it. So
right.
you didn't do that one, so.
Okay, all right.
It's not gonna get done anytime soon, this weather like it is.
No, it'd be back in summer. You know, it's out.
I'll have your resolution for it next time.
Yeah. And I'd also like to say, Mr. Mullins, he ain't here tonight. His wife was in the hospital and she failed getting out of bed and broke her leg. That's why John's not here tonight. So she's having surgery on the leg. Yeah. Okay, number 5, approval of changing the workshop council meetings from 6 o'clock to 5:30. What's council's pleasure? I think that's what it used to be. We changed it 6 o'clock so Bob could close the drugstore to be here. But it was,
I don't have a problem with it myself.
okay.
I make a motion, Mayor.
Have a motion, Mr. Wilson, have a second.
Second.
Have a second, Mr. Bud, call it roll.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 6 is the vice mayor. Mr. Bowler's been a vice mayor for, I think, 4 years. He's done a good job. I'd say in the last 4 years, I'm getting here about every day. I do all the check signing. And I think one time Joe held a meeting for me when my wife was in the hospital. And he's done a pretty good job at one time, so I see no reason to change it from Joe. It's up to council.
Is there any type of protocol thing to this vice mayor?
If something happens to me,
I
say,
understand that part of it, but no, nothing says we rotate or we do anything to that effect.
not appointed. You're appointed. Like I say, he's done a good job.
Well, I didn't know about that. I'm just with you on the block. We just
Okay.
learning.
I need a motion.
Just have to take somebody's word,
Okay, well,
and it better be true.
let's read that, keep that straight. Keep that straight. I need a motion to leave it as it is. I have a motion.
If that's what you say, yes.
I have a motion for Mr. Archer to have a second.
Second.
I have a motion by Bill and a second by Lonnie. Go ahead and call the roll, Steve.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes, I'll vote for myself.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I'd just like to say, it's been an honor to serve as vice mayor. And we have covered some things over the period of the last 3 years. I'm thankful for your confidence in me and will continue to serve as well as I can.
Well, Joe, all of us up here, we got the city at heart and the people at heart, and you, like I say, you've done a great job. This new council, we got a lot going on here, a lot of stuff coming up, and what's happened in the past needs to stay in the past. We're moving forward,
Well, it's always, I know I can occasionally get a call. I've gone out and delivered milk before.
I delivered Christmas baskets to people.
Yeah.
Years ago, we put a stop sign up and caught a pit bull, so I'm just
Well,
gonna,
God, I've been here a little long, we might question you on some of this stuff.
that's okay, that's all right. Hey, my door's always open, You got that. I could use somebody to help me run that dog down here,
I'm too old for that.
All right. Under Police Department, item number 1, promoting Melissa Morris from part-time to full-time patrol officer at a salary of $28,580, effective January 7th, 2017. What's council's pleasure on Melissa?
Make a motion, Mayor.
Have a motion by Mr. Wilson. Have a second.
Second.
Have a second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carried. Melissa, do you have your 30-minute speech ready, honey?
No.
Now, listen, we want to welcome you to the police department, and like I said, our doors is always open. We wish you the very best and make us proud, okay?
Thank you.
And thank you, honey. Okay, item number 2, transferring Chanel Ayers from dispatch onto a patrol officer at a starting salary of $28,580, effective January the 7th, 2017. What's council's pleasure on Chanel?
Move to approve, Mayor.
Have a motion by Joe, to have a second.
Second.
Have a second by Bill, call the roll, please.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carried. Chanel, welcome,
Thank you.
and I'll tell you the same, make us proud, and we wish you both to the police department, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, under Public Works, approved for Public Works Director to apply for TDOT to transfer STP money funds to sidewalks. We talked about that in the workshop. Jim, you want to talk about that a little bit? Or?
Yeah, Mayor, my understanding from Jim is that STP funds, the paving funds can be transferred to do sidewalks, and I know there's some sidewalk projects both on the east end and the west end, both that the council's expressing interest in having done. So if we use this TDOT money for it, then we won't have to use money out of fund balance. So I think it's a good thing to apply to transfer that money.
On 3 of those sidewalks, you knew what, one of them was from Frank Ages on out to Forest Road, right? Okay. The other one was from across the tracks here at Preacher Route Cordell's house, to tie the sidewalk in the west end, right? Wasn't that one of them we discussed?
South Avenue down.
Oh, it's South Avenue down.
South Avenue,
Oh, okay.
four line.
Crosswalk at South Avenue and then the sidewalk there.
Oh, okay, okay. And the other one was up here at,
The other one's going up Tennessee.
okay, but what did we say about our Preacher Cordell's tying it right there in across the track?
I hadn't heard
We didn't
about
discuss
No,
that.
no. Jim said he could do that in-house. That's what it was.
I don't remember discussing.
We
Yeah.
didn't discuss that.
that. No.
I know that they cannot force sidewalks in this kind of weather.
Right.
But Mr. Thompson made a point the other day about the holes in the existing sidewalks.
Mhm.
We can patch those.
We can.
I talked to Jim after the meeting, and he said as soon as he had a pretty day, he would patch those holes just as soon as he had a pretty day to patch them where there's concrete and everything was set up. So after the workshop, I spoke to him that night.
Okay.
Please.
I went by and looked at them. I did.
There are some, a lot of them were trucks and backed on and stuff and crushed.
That one over there on the, Munch Central was real bad.
Are you talking about the one over the rails?
court system being down, Judge, and if we are made aware that we have a problem in a sidewalk or something, and we don't fix it, and we get liability.
We're liable, it's true. Are you talking about the one over at the radio station, the Doc Short's, where that barrel sitting on it?
No, this is over there from
Across from Landers.
Furlong, yeah.
Oh, okay. Where the restaurant was, right? Okay.
Not that big, fell down, and you, up your toe on it, fall.
Okay.
It's a pretty big hole.
Okay.
Pretty solid.
Well, I looked at some,
Back at Quick Creek, out some water.
a lot of it, Jim can saw it, square it up and fix it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What's council's pleasure?
Do you have any, are these 100% STP funds?
You want, John?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, what's council's pleasure?
Moving through.
Have a motion, Jody, have a second.
I second.
Second by Ann, call the roll, ma'am.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 2, approve to install guardrail on Cherry Street and replace damaged guardrail on Back Valley Road not to exceed $5,000. We discussed that. It's behind the church on Beach Street, on Cherry Street, where Carl went off, and up here at, Paul Baxter's house in the curb. I mentioned to you, I met with Paul last week, and he's got some pictures of cars. It's hidden, so you see if I can give them to you, okay? All right, what's council's pleasure?
Make a motion, Mayor.
I have a motion, Mr. Wilson, have a second.
Yes.
Second, Mr. Archer, call the roll, Stan.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 3, the Dole Waller Tavern, we discussed it, and turned to RV campground. Jimmy, you supposed to got some estimates and stuff?
Okay, Mayor, that's, I misunderstood you all in the workshop. I thought it was to go on the next month, so I apologize. That's why it's been staying discussed, and that's why it's not on the agenda. I thought it was going next month, so that's, y'all did discuss it, and that's my fault.
It's all right.
I think actually it was, Mr. Wilson and Daniel that got the estimates, and I think they come out to be a little over $7,000 for the, sewer and water hookups and stuff, electricity.
Okay. And we turned the building down, dispose of it, right?
Yes, that doesn't include anything to do with the building or the graveling or
That's just for the water and pipes and stuff, right, Stan? Okay, get it
But
ready.
why don't we do this in phases and just work about tearing the building down first? Do we need to bid that out, have that done?
We can do it in-house, now. We'd probably get, we'd probably,
CE and, said he could help us on the electric.
we're saying,
Yeah, I talked to Kenny Beard today, and he's gonna have his engineer design what we need for the panel box, what size and all that.
Okay.
For nothing.
Jimmy, did you speak to state comptroller's office to be sure that that was legal?
I attempted to, I did not get through. I called the state comptroller twice, left a message. I did speak with Melissa Ashburn from MTAS. She told me that to call the state comptroller because that was not something that she dealt with. Spoke with Mr. Troutman, and Mr. Troutman indicated to me that we were okay to do that. but I have not spoken with the state comptroller yet at this point.
I was in there, and you did make 2 phone calls to the comptroller's office, trying to find out.
Well, if we turn it down, it won't be much like, we got a guy that takes the scrap metal and stuff from us. And our ex-fire chief, Barry Bird's got a place to run over Cumberland. He lets us dump blocks and concrete over the embankment. So we won't have that much to haul up if we get it knocked down.
Right.
So,
That, sewer, Mr. Wells, where they run the sewer to?
It's a septic tank. It's, the first drive-through around towards the electric department. It's under that pavement.
So that will handle,
It's a 1,000-gallon tank, and when I talked to Eddie, Mr. Troxel was there, and he said he thought it would handle it, and then I talked to different people at campgrounds, and we run 15, let's see, he was good enough to send us a fire truck when we was trying to find it. We run 1,500 gallons of water with no trouble.
I know that the city sewer stops way back down,
At the sidewalk.
pretty much down at the end of the utility.
So why can't we just postpone that part of it and go ahead and tear the building down and gravel it? And then postpone doing all the electrical and water and, until we see, to make sure that it is legal to do that?
we can do that. It's whatever you just want to do.
And plus, we don't know where the money's coming from to do all this.
Hot rod's gonna work from Bill.
We're gonna float along.
We need to be careful about taking all this money out of fund balance, because we've taken a lot out here over the past few months.
We really do need to watch our money. Even though we got money coming in, we need to watch ourselves. Like I said, it's up to whatever council.
Can you, can you go back to Mr. Baird and see if the engineers, I guess we've got a civil engineer there now.
We do.
See if he can maybe draw up something on this sewer. And I know if it goes to city sewer, it'll have to be pumped.
Right.
And it's gonna be an
If we go
expense.
that route, then we got, if we go to city sewer, then we got to put it, go down to where we're wanting to put the sidewalk, and then those big electric poles are in the way. But Mr. Wilson, on the state, he said, no, we won't have it full. Hopefully, we have it full every day and every night, but that's not going to happen. And they hope. I have no problem with, if we can get the building down, well, then we can see what we're doing.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what we need to do it in phases.
Down, it's easy to do.
I make a motion that we tear the building down, and then,
Relocating.
But tearing the building down is gonna be done in-house, and right?
Yes.
You're not gonna bid it out or have somebody else do
Jim
it.
tear
No.
it down. Jim done said he could tear it down.
Fire department might want to burn some of it.
No, they can't burn.
He buried it.
He can't do it.
We'll burn it.
Okay, Rod, is that your motion? All right, second motion. Second, Joe Colbert, Sam.
Mr. Archer?
Yes.
Mr. Bollinger?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
This is just to tear the building down, correct?
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Motion carries. Anything that's come for us?
Ms. Thompson, I want to make sure I ask him the correct question. You want to know if it's legal for us to rent those spaces, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good, that's the
And
question.
and for the city to operate an RV park.
Okay. That's the question I asked. I just want to be sure I asked him the,
Hope Lake operates one, and I'm sure that.
Well, Cove Lake's a state park, the city's not.
Austin's got a golf course.
I just wanna make sure that it's legal for us to do it.
Johnny, do you charge for the water park?
We can,
No, just
Oh, yeah.
private.
That one, John?
we can,
We do rent rooms at the rec center.
yeah, we can also always put a sign up there that says Tank Spring Park.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else come for us,
Do
board?
any department heads have any comments they wish to make or talk about or discuss? They're all here.
You good, Nancy, library?
She's just tired.
I'm very tired.
I was just telling everybody what a good time we had with Santa Claus at the library, but Nancy, it was great. These kids loved it. Being no further business, meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Good night.
Call to order the beer board, call roll please.
Mr. Archer,
Yes.
Mayor Stanfield.
Here.
Ms. Thompson,
Here,
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Chairman Bowman.
Here. Call the meeting to order, there'll be no previous business and no events tonight, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Can I make one comment, Chairman? I'm gonna be
Make
looking
three.
into, I actually saw on the news where a new state law has come into effect on beer. I think we'll have to amend our city ordinances, so I think that will come before this board. We'll try to get that done by next month. So it'll it's just a,
Yeah, on the
For your information.
alcohol content, the
Yes.
percent. Yeah.
Like it ain't cloaked in that? There's no cloak.
they're going.
Going to 6.2 something or 7 point something.
I'm glad I quit, but I've got to have that much.
Yeah, Mayor, let me make one quick comment. Mr. Wilson asked me on this. Humana, spoke with Mr. Finley today. Humana is a little bit behind on getting the cards out, and I think he just faxed this to Stan late this afternoon, or got this Stan this afternoon. But my understanding from Stan and from Mr. Finley, we should have our cards by the end of the week, for sure. And this paper that everybody's been given should suffice if you have to go to the doctor. You can give them the paper that we've been given, if you have to go before the end of the week. That's all, thank you.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
I'm a nurse, Joe.
Stand adjourned.